Alright, when we last left off, I was wrapping up removal of the old silicone and cleaning up the tank in preparation for re-siliconing. So today I'm going to start off by cleaning out the tank, removing all the old silicone that we removed from the tank, and just discarding it. I'm going to go ahead and use this vacuum to make sure that I get it all out so it doesn't create an issue down the line when we actually go to reapply the silicone. I want to make sure that I get as much of it out as possible, in particular in the path of where we're going to put down the silicone. So I want to make sure that I catch the edges very well before we actually move forward with trying to re-silicone this tank. Here I switched to a smaller head on the vacuum just to make sure that I could get in those little nooks and crannies, because you really want to make sure that you do a very good prep job when preparing this tank for silicone, because if not, you're going to have to start all over again if you develop a leak, because you still have a piece of silicone that's actually in place. Next up, I'm going to go ahead and wipe down the glass again, just making a final pass with rubbing alcohol, making sure that the surface is very clean. Again, like I said before, prep work is everything, so I really want to make sure I get it all out of there and do a good job of preparing the glass to receive the silicone. Now when you make this final pass, you may discover that there is some remnants of silicone in some places. It's always good to keep your spare razor blade handy just in case, to make sure that you can get as much of it, or I should say all of it, off of the glass in preparing the glass for the new silicone. Alright, once you've completely cleaned the glass, you can go ahead and tape off your edges. This is not necessary to reseal the tank, but if you want a nice finished look to the job, I recommend doing this. I actually use a box of cards to give me the gap and to set the edge for my tape marks. Later on, once I actually put the tape in, I felt like this was just a little bit too much, so I actually bought the tape marks in. But the theory is uniformity. So if you can find something that will give you the gap that you'd like to have for your silicone bead and keep your job uniform, then by all means use it. The deck of cards was just a bit too thick for my purposes. Along the bottom, I didn't need anything because the trim on the aquarium actually gave me my lines. So I'm gonna go ahead here and lay out the tape marks, and you can kind of see here on this front edge, that's a pretty significant gap. Once I actually put the tape down and saw how wide it was, I went back and of course readjusted. So again, like I said, find something to give you a uniform line or edge and go ahead and use it, and then you can always readjust. And once this is completed, this is what you should be looking at, and you're finally ready to apply silicone. So I've got all my edges marked off, taped. So here we are, we're ready to go put down some silicone. It actually turned out pretty horribly. I know you guys are expecting me to say it. Here's a perfectly finished job, but actually I got a hold of a bad tube of silicone, and as I was applying the silicone, before I could even smooth it out, it was starting to set up. But these things happen sometime. Well guys, that's the story of life, right? Sometimes you could do everything right and things don't turn out the way you want them to. But all we can do is pick ourselves up, start over, and keep moving. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to clean off this bad silicone. I'm going to re-clean the glass. I'm going to re-tape, and hopefully this time when I apply silicone, it will be good. So I'm going to get back to you guys with this project in a later video, and we're going to actually see it through, and I'll show you the finished product, hopefully, fingers crossed, the right way this time. So thanks again for watching. If you haven't already, subscribe, leave me a comment below, and let me know your experience with resealing the tank. All right guys, talk to you later. All right, before I let you go, I just wanted to share this with you guys. This is my Melanorum group, and I just moved these guys not long ago to the lower 240, maybe about a week or so, and they've spawned. So I thought we'd end the video here with a bright spot. So thanks again for watching guys, and I'll see you next time.